Today I am going to finish 5th grade math on Khan Academy. And I did a bunch of subtraction problems, the thing I hate the most. I did some on paper and I realized something kind of funny today. Something I'd totally forgotten about. If you do a problem like 10 minus 7 with a standard subtraction algorithm, you do the whole borrowing thing, you just end up transforming the problem into the same problem, 10 minus 7. And I don't know why, I laughed out loud when I realized this. I guess I've lost my mind. I'm laughing at subtraction problems. But no, I think the reason is because it reminds me of all these real life situations that have happened to me. For example, say you need scissors. You go to the store, you buy a package of scissors. The package is in this hard plastic that is impossible to open without scissors, and you're stuck. You're just stuck. You're stuck. And this is how I feel when I do a lot of subtraction problems. Not 10 minus 7, but like 13 minus 8, I'm just staring blankly at it, and sure, I can do the algorithm, but then that doesn't help me. And it's just that I can't remember my addition tables backwards. It tickles me that I never thought I would find self-referential humor in elementary school. The simplest subtraction problem ever, but it's funny. So why is it that subtraction is harder than addition? Is it just, I imagine it's just because we learn addition first, so then anytime you do a subtraction problem, you have to remember your addition tables, but you have to remember the extra step to look at the tables backwards, and that extra step just takes longer and it feels more difficult. But is that all there is to it? I mean, I feel like there's probably more to it than just that. I definitely have a strong bias in favor of addition. It's interesting to me that I've never accidentally subtracted when I was supposed to add, but many times I have accidentally added when I was supposed to subtract. Well, the real question is if, oh my God, this person with the honking. The question that's interesting to me is if we learn to subtract before we learn to add, would the bias be reversed? Is that all there is to it? Or is there some kind of neurological underpinning that also makes addition easier for us? I don't know. It's a question for later. I was a bit surprised that it's so easy for me to mix up addition and subtraction. I mean, I would think it would be difficult to mix up two completely opposite things, and, you know, arithmetic is not rocket science. It's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. But then again, you remember, I remember hearing all these stories about people who go into the hospital for an operation and then later discover they took out the wrong kidney or something. So I guess mixing up opposite directions is not all that uncommon, even in situations where it's very, very important to not mix things up. It still happens. I guess it's just something about our brains. What is it though? I don't know. I'm curious about that. Anyhow, I was going to learn more about alternative subtraction algorithms, but then I ran out of time. And I was so excited to read this publication. There's this one published by the Mathematical Association of America, and it's called An Investigation of Subtraction Algorithms from the 18th and 19th Centuries. And I'm so excited to read that. Like, who wouldn't be excited to read about that, right? I'm definitely tapping into my inner math and history geek right now. But I'm excited to read it. Just didn't have time to read it, and I have to wrap this up and do some other work soon, and then tonight I'm going to a party. I was tempted to say no. I should try to have a normal life too. I shouldn't stay home and just read about math on a Saturday night, so I'm gonna go out. I just wish I had more time, but I don't. At least I did learn one new thing, kind of, and like half of 20 other new things, but I don't know how to talk about them yet, so I'll see you tomorrow.